Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Sally. Right now, I'm just here to provide an introduction to this episode that you are tuned into. So this coming episode is one with Jami Lee Wright. Some of you guys might know her. She is the team cheerleader at Wright Building Center. So I had recently reached out to Jami because they were popping up on my Instagram feed a lot. Specifically, like very entertaining, trendy videos with their employees. And I was just very intrigued. Whenever I see, LBM dealers or even businesses in general just taking to social media really well, it is very intriguing. And those are the kinds of guests that I want to talk to on this podcast and kind of ask them how they're doing what they're doing and also why they're doing what they're doing and just where that inspiration for that kind of content comes from, the effects that it's had on, their business in many different kinds of ways. So I reached out to Jami and she was so excited to join me on the podcast. And in this episode, she shares with me that they did hire kind of a freelance social media marketer. He's in Gen Z, so he's definitely in the culture of social media. So that is kind of this new rush of content that they have had that caught my attention. So we talked about that. We also talked about the effects, of kind of what they're doing. Jami said some really great things about just doing it because it makes sense, doing it because it's had a positive impact on their culture and because their customers like it, not necessarily because it's a huge moneymaker. And I think that that is just a great way to lead your business. And it's probably the case for a lot of people that are taking to social media as a business. So this is a great conversation. If you haven't checked out Wright Building Center on Facebook or Instagram, I recommend that you do so that you can see this kind of fun content that they are creating and get some inspiration for yourself. So without further ado, please enjoy this episode with Jami Lee Wright, and I so appreciate you being here. You're listening to LBM Talks Social Media, a social media guide for lumber and building materials specialists. Tune in every other Thursday for conversations and practical strategies for expanding your reach. Okay, I think it's time to get social. Hey everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to another episode of LBM Talks Social Media. Today is going to be a really fun episode because I have Jami Lee Wright on to have a conversation with me about Wright Building Center's presence on social media, specifically Instagram and Facebook. So, Jami Lee, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
How is the weather in Murfreesburg? Is that what it is?
Murfreesboro.
How is the fall down there?
It's beautiful. It's like it's probably 75 today. It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in Minnesota and we had it was really hot recently, but now it's finally totally dropped into the cold weather, but the sun is still pretty warm during the afternoons.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it up there. I like the warm.
Because you're in the southern part of the state, and I hear that southern Illinois is completely different than the northern part of the state.
Yes. Very completely different. So we're only 45 minutes from Kentucky, 45 minutes from Missouri. So we're at the very, very bottom corner. So
my husband is actually from Illinois.
Really? Chicago?
Yeah. Peoria.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so central.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day I'll make it down to the Shawnee National Forest, but we'll see.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's pretty down here. There's not a lot going on, but it's pretty.
So I gave you a little introduction, but how about you go ahead and introduce yourself, what you do at Wright Building Center, and a little bit about the company too.
My title is the team cheerleader. What do I do? On a daily basis, I always say, well, right now I'm being our yard foreman, actually. The guy who was in our yard foreman position kind of just organically started selling and was so good at it that we were like, I think we need to put you in a sales position. Like, this just makes sense. And we didn't have anybody to fill the yard position. And so I'm out there right now. So yeah, I think, what you'll find me doing on a daily basis. I mean, it's pretty, it could be anything, it could be, looking at our balance sheet, figuring out expenses, what the year end looks like. And it could be like cleaning the toilet. So it's just it's a broad spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does social media ever fall into there?
So social media does fall into there. Yes, we recently have a new guy that helps us with it, and he's worked with us for about a year. So he gets our vibe, he gets like kind of what we're about. And so he has been great because he just gets us,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is he an employee or more of a contractor?
He's a contractor, but it's interesting because he'll just, since I'm working outside right now, I'll come inside and sometimes he'll just be here, like working,
nice.
Even though he doesn't have a meeting with us. He's just like in the building working somewhere. He's like, I just like it here. So,
whoa.
Yeah, he's gotten to be just a good, a good friend, so he doesn't technically work here, but you will find him here a lot.
So you hired him, or you got him on board?
Him to start. He started for us probably a year ago, and he was doing Google ads, and he was very. His focus was that he wanted to be able to track the results. And so we started doing, there's kind of like 3 different kinds of Google ads you can do. And so we worked with him over the last year doing that. And just through getting to know us, he was like, what if I took a stab at your social media? And I'm like, because he knows I'm very controlling, if you will. Like I don't, I'm not very good at making it happen, but I know if it does happen, I know what I want it to look like.
Yeah.
And so, he's done that and he's just been doing great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he like a millennial or a Gen Z or just curious?
He's a baby. What's I don't even know.
The cutoff for Gen Z, I think, is like 27, maybe 28, maybe 29.
Okay, so that's that and above is Gen Z?
I think that and below.
Oh, that
above would be millennials.
He's 20s. He's 20s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's a baby. Yeah.
That's so nice. It can be kind of difficult, like with freelancers or just marketing agencies or whatever, because, sometimes they just don't get like the brand. Yes. So it's always so nice when you have someone that's just really into it with you, and I just think that that's so important.
Yeah. I think for whatever reason, our industry is very, very hard to get because creative people come in and they want to be creative. Like they want to make this stuff up. And I'm always like, no, I don't need ideas. I have the ideas. I just need someone to help execute. So they either want to come up with ideas on their own, or they kind of think of us as a Lowe's, which makes sense, but they don't understand that like for me, I don't push, I'm not going to have a sale on bathtubs, and so it's very hard for them to understand the differences. Because for us, we're much more contractor project based. We're not a lot of walk-ins, do-it-yourselfers. So we don't market to that.
Yeah, totally. So tell me a little bit about your content approach on social media then. I'm sure you probably have your customers in mind. What's kind of the approach there?
I think our approach has always just been, I always say we're selling lumber. We're not saving lives. Like, we should be able to have fun here. If you can't have fun here, it's just you're in the wrong spot.
That's so true.
So we don't take ourselves very serious. Our in-house culture is very, very important to me, that we all just vibe. And so our social media is kind of just an extension of that. It's just where, we can either make light of situations or make fun of one another, or just be entertaining. I've never really tried to use social media to drive product. For me, I think of it as more just our brand, wanting someone to see it and go, "Oh, they're fun." Not necessarily like, "Here, we're selling this toilet or a bathtub or 2x4s."
Yeah, because I think that's kind of why people use social media a bit for businesses, depending on the business. But it's like they're looking for more information about you, in a sense. They could probably find your products on your website.
Right.
So they're kind of trying to get some more information about you. So, and I'm sure your guys' culture, that being a big, really important to you guys, I'm sure that attracts a lot of people because they want to work with people that are fun to work with.
Right.
Easy to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So before you hired the baby,
Logan the baby.
Before you hired Logan, who was kind of running the social media profiles before then, and when did you get started on there and why?
I got started right out of college, probably, which would have been like 2008, 9, with Facebook. And it was, I like marketing. I'm very particular about what our brand, what I want it to look like, but it's one of those things that, when things get busy, it was it's the thing that drops to the, it's least, it's the smallest fire. So, I did it before, and I just kind of did it as time allows, or when I would make myself feel guilty enough, like, you have to make time for this. And it's nice to have Logan, that it can be more consistent.
And before Logan, it was still a big emphasis on your guys' culture, your people. And I noticed that that's kind of the content that your audience and customers respond to best. Would you say the same?
Yes, for sure. Sure. I just like to, I always say you're with your work family more than you're with your home family. So I like to celebrate the people that work here, and I think they enjoy it. Their friends and family enjoy it. Like, in all of our, we have some live billboard ads. I try to always use our team, members. So people will say, "Oh my gosh, I saw you on the billboard." So I just think it makes it fun, makes it more personal.
Yeah, definitely, which is great for social media marketing. So when Logan is kind of going around creating content, what does that usually look like now that you've hired him? Because I notice you do have employees and such in your videos. What does it kind of look like? Does he just come up with an idea and then go around and pitch it to you guys?
So we, text back and forth a lot. And then we have, on Instagram, where we'll just send each other stuff. And so he sends me ideas, I send him ideas. And then, he'll say, "Hey, I want to come in this day and shoot this video." And we just, get whoever will be game to be in the video and shoot them. And some are more challenging than others, but
Oh, yeah. What makes it challenging, some of
Like
them?
the bromance one, it was hard to find somebody to do the bromance one because we have a lot of college kids. But oddly enough, a lot of them, they're very young, so they're all like, "No, no, I'm not doing that." But
Yeah.
Cam was one of the guys in the bromance one. So
Okay.
yeah,
So there can be some reluctance to be in the
yeah,
videos.
yes. Not generally, but for the bromance one, yeah, that was a hard one to get people for.
Right. Right. That one was super funny and
Yeah, I
cute
thought it
and
was
just,
too. I thought it was
y-
too.
yeah, and it
And
was super popular.
generational humor is a little different as well. I mean, there are a lot of old white people in this industry, and not everybody has the same humor. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also okay with that, I'm like, we can't
Mm-hmm.
please everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
keep scrolling if you don't like it.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, I was going to kind of say per platform, like that is gold for Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm Instagram's kind of my thing. Facebook, I'm still getting kind of used to Facebook, but it seemed like it did really well there as well.
Yeah.
So it can depend
And
on the platform.
yeah. And I think of Facebook as being like older, like skewing to an older crowd. That's an emotional statement. I don't know if that's true or not,
That is
but
true. It is
okay.
true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Instagram, and I just like Instagram. I just think it's a smoother platform than Facebook. There's just so much going on. So,
Yeah. Do you notice a difference in your audience on Facebook and Instagram? Like, does is one kind of better for your guys' business? I'm just curious.
I would say I think since we've been on Facebook longer, we probably have a bigger audience than we do Instagram. Yeah, that would be my guess.
Sure. But when it comes to those videos, like they're going to perform well on Instagram. So
Yeah.
I feel like, because I think a lot of businesses are on Instagram, but Instagram's tricky. Like
Yeah.
it has to be entertaining. I
Yes.
feel like at least half of the time. And so kind of the stuff you guys have been putting out has been really funny and entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel it has been doing really well, which is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been fun to see for sure.
Yeah, no, that's super cool that you just were willing to dive a little bit more on the social media presence. And how do you feel like it has affected your business at all? I guess maybe in the entire time that you've been on social media or just recently.
I think the things we're doing right now, it's more of just like a brand awareness. So I don't really look for like immediate results to come from it. I think more than anything, I think it's fun. I think it's fun for our team. I just think it's like it just spreads good vibes, I think when you put good out into the world, that it comes back to you. So I can't say that anything specific. I can't say I've seen our numbers change because of it, but I can say that the team has enjoyed it. I think a lot of our customers have enjoyed it, and so it's just been a fun process.
Yeah. That reminds me of what Rick, my boss, would say
I love
sometimes.
him.
Yeah.
He's such a sweetie.
He really is. Sometimes he'll just say like we just do things that make sense. It's not always about numbers. It's not always about money. And like social media, you can't always track it and such, and it's not a huge moneymaker, but it kind of makes sense to be on there because everybody's on social media.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So we've talked about Instagram and Facebook. What is your relationship with LinkedIn like?
You asked that, and I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask Logan why not LinkedIn? I have, I've used LinkedIn like personally in the past. I am not as familiar with it. But I don't know why we haven't reached. I don't know. That was a good question. I'm gonna ask Logan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on like LBM Journal is different than LBM dealers themselves. Like
Yeah.
you guys are B2B, but also kind of B2C.
So we're very rural, very rural.
Right.
We are venturing into more. I mean, so we do commercial sales, not a tremendous amount, but we are venturing into doing a lot more of them now that we are woman owned, and we have a lot of the accreditations for it. So I think that will change, and I could see advertising on LinkedIn being beneficial for kind of that sector of the business.
Yeah.
Um, with with a lot of the just you know, residential general contractors around here,
Mm-hmm.
I would venture to say they're probably not very big on LinkedIn.
Yeah. So it kind of depends on if your
Yeah, yeah,
audience is on there in
yeah,
one sense for a business, right? I think there are a lot of benefits for being on there like personally, but yeah, for a business it's can be kind of hit or miss.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
I get
Mhm.
sent cheerleader positions all the time
No
because
way.
my title is team cheerleader. Yeah, it always makes me laugh.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm curious, Jamie Lee, do you have any goals for your social media presence, in terms of marketing or anything? Just where do you see it going in the future?
I definitely want to bring back. I have a big window in my office and my team's looking at me. I definitely want to bring back. For a while, we were doing work anniversary videos
Oh
for
my gosh, I
5 year
saw those.
increments. And it was so much fun because, again, we all make fun of each other. And it was fun to make them. It was fun to put them out. And so we're going to start doing those again.
Mm, I saw those and they were so cute.
Yeah. 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 Everybody has a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I'm sure that means that comes back to culture. It comes back to doing things just because they make sense. Like, I'm sure that means so much to those people and it just really builds a positive culture.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope so.
Hmm. It looked like you had a professional videographer come in to do those.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It wasn't me.
And did it just stop because it kind of just slipped through the cracks?
Yeah, it's just like if I didn't have time to plan and execute the whole, who we were going to interview, what the questions were, what time it was going to be, where we're going to set it up at, then it fell through. So that's a good thing about Logan is I can just kind of say, let's do it.
Wow. Seems like you have it really good with having like someone to
I'm
do it
very
for you
thankful
guys.
for Logan, for sure. For sure. He
Yeah.
is the first one and I've had some great marketing people over the years, but he for sure is the first person that just really gets us. And so I'm very thankful for that for sure.
Yeah. So that's like the most important thing is having
Yeah.
them be in on your culture and brand.
Yeah, because I think when they understand it, then they can stay in their lane more. He's not trying to create new ideas or a new brand or,
Mm.
he's just helping execute what we already have,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice.
Yeah. That is awesome. Well, I guess my last question for you is, and if there's anything that I missed that you wanted to talk about, just let me know. But I kind of end this with what advice would you give in your own experience on social media and working with Logan? Like, what advice would you give to another LBM dealer who wants to use social media well?
I don't feel like I am worthy of giving any advice.
All
Other
advice is
than
good.
just if I think it's if as the owner or if you are not having time to do it, I think it's important to find somebody that gets you and your business so they can help you execute. I wish I would have ran into Logan sooner, but he was like 15 and in middle school. So
he was on social media while
right,
he was learning the ropes.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, that's great advice, kind of coming from an owner perspective.
Yeah, I think every year I always thought, I'm going to spend more time on it this year. I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to buckle down, and just things come up that that you have to handle. So it is, for me, it was an easy thing to always kind of fall to the wayside.
So finding that right help.
For sure.
Jami Lee, thank you for an insightful conversation. I think you guys are really killing it on Instagram and Facebook with your humorous, entertaining content. You guys can all go check them out at just Wright Building Center. So yeah, go check them out and see what we're talking about. And so I'm really grateful for your time today.
Awesome. Thank you so much.